Hello, this is James Bach, a neonatal dietitian at HCA Houston Healthcare Clear Lake. I wanted to show you some of the tools that I use personally in the NICU to help manage all the patients, and I've put together a little bit of some other functionality that I've been working on as part of the software package. So I'll just go ahead and boot up the app, and here quickly just a splash screen with some login information. Okay, and let's log into the app. So there's just a few features. Primarily, this is for file management, so that's something that you don't have to. You're not going in and out of folders and everything to keep up with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a new patient file, and it's gonna give me a quick little. Let's change his name. I already think already. Let's go with Steve something. And let's see. It's gonna be a guy. Let's see, he's gonna be pretty small. Fill in a couple more things here quickly. He's really tall. He's gonna be a 38 and 2 weeker. I'm gonna go ahead and create this file. It's just a quick reminder to save it if we're working with patient data that we need to save it somewhere that's going to be encrypted and limited access to comply with HIPAA. And just a reminder of that here. So I have a specific folder set up right now on my desktop to house these files. So I'm going to go ahead and let that load up, let the actual tools load up in Excel. So it's parsed out all this data up here. Our friend Steve has his birth weight over here, and everything is all set. So I can show you some of the things that I use to actually assess and track the patient. So this is the main tracking page that I have here called the flow sheet. So you can see that it automatically ported in the weights, and I added a couple other ones ahead of time here. There was a new file. I just saved it as a different name, and I just added in a few other values here. You can see that the weight percentiles are automatically calculated based on the Fenton growth curves. And it just kind of shows you a trend over time. It's really very valuable when you have a trend of data to see. So I'm just going to project out over time what that might look like, so you can see what it looks like when a baby's growing. You can kind of gather some of this other data here, like the weekly growth averages or the growth velocities here, and you can set a few different parameters, and it'll track along here with your percentiles, so you can get a better feel of how they're growing. Here's where I like to capture the enteral intake. I have a screen that I'm going to show you coming up here, and just more data tracking for the labs, for the parenteral nutrition. Some of these have mins and maxes of to alert you whenever there might be a high or low value. This is obviously a temporary solution for now. Ideally, I would like to develop this further as a more standalone application, but whenever I discussed that with other programmers, they asked why, because Excel has such excellent built-in features, and for you to go ahead and build those yourself would be very, very time-consuming and expensive. So for now, this is a pretty good solution. Just use that. So I want to go ahead and show you the enteral tracker that I built, or the enteral calculator. And there's a lot of functionality here, so I'll try to make sure I cover all of it. So a quick clinical decision support feature. This weight box up here, it's going to make sure you're using the proper weight. So this is your calculation weight, and I want to make sure I'm going to use that. It's going to make that red box less angry. So it's going to refactor all the calculations on this page, which there are a lot. So I kind of have it set up not as maybe one baby might be getting all these feeds, but just kind of to show how powerful the tool is, and how, you can use it to compare feedings. So just to get a quick summary here, this is how much feeding per kilo, and you have your medium. So what you're going to be mixing the feeds with. So these are just some basic things that might be either mixed or just the fluids themselves. So breast milk or water. And also, we have a category for fortifiers. There really are only a few that are Similac, which is HCA Houston Clear Lake is a Similac facility. So I only have the Similac fortifiers here, but anything else can be put in here, and you can decide what fortifier caloric density you would want. So if you want to change that, quickly updates that. And you can also add in a powdered formula either on top of all of these things, because I've seen that being done in other facilities. So let's say I want to add L-Care to mix it to 28 kcals per ounce on top of everything else. It's going to refactor all those numbers. It's going to tell you the very specifically how much it's mixed to calorically, how much of the milk you're going to need to mix, as well as the fortifier, and then how much a gram of the powders you also would need to mix. So something like this you might need for a baby that is extremely fluid restricted, and it's also going to pump out all of your micro and macronutrients here. So there's a really exhaustive list of every nutrient I could find down here, so you get a good summary of everything. And let's say if you're mixing, if the baby needs two different mixes at once. So for example, we're transitioning off of our donor breast milk. We start going towards formula when they're a certain age. So this is something that can really help you with that aspect of mixing, and also compare different formulas. So it's kind of set up so you can see the differences between all of them. Okay, and that's all for this video. I'm going to cut this off here and then start up another video with some different functions. Thank you.